Most guys think chemistry is either we have it or we don't. But the reality is you can create chemistry with any woman you want, and I'm going to tell you how today. Hey, what's up? It's me, Jessica J, former marriage and family therapist and Playboy radio show host turned dating coach for men. And yeah, most people assume that chemistry is just luck and they're looking for someone I could have chemistry with. But essentially, chemistry is a skill like anything else, and you can learn how to do it with the right knowledge and enough practice. And to make sure you never miss out on another opportunity to learn how to create the connections and chemistry with women you want, don't forget to hit that subscribe button with that notification bell. Okay, so one thing I want you to bear in mind is chemistry is just a set of reactions. That's why with prescriptions it's called RX, which stands for, if you took chemistry, it stands for reactions. And chemistry is essentially a set of reactions between two inert substances. Mix them together, the way they react to each other, that's chemistry. So while you may think that you can only have chemistry, oh, there's like a one person out there, I gotta find the person I can have the chemistry with. No, essentially it's you can make it happen if you lead it there, because it's essentially just you and I reacting to one another, being genuine in the moment. And the more back and forth we've got going on, the more chemically charged this interaction is gonna feel. So one thing I always tell my clients is we're gonna feel it more when we've got a back and forth like this. I don't know if you watch tennis, I don't. However, it's the best analogy I can use is when you see two players hitting that ball back and forth, running across the court, being able to hit each other's ball that the other player had hit towards them, it's a wild thing to feel and to behold. And if you play tennis, it's even more exhilarating to feel. I can only imagine, because again, I don't play tennis, but I dabbled in pickleball. You bet your ass I have. I'm sure you have too. It's like the latest craze, right? Anyway, and the more we get this going, the more you and I are gonna feel, right? So when I have clients show up on calls and they're like, blah, 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 me, blah, blah, blah for 5 minutes. And then finally they're like, how about you? How much back and forth do you think was had there? Exactly, not fucking much. I once had a client talk for 5 minutes straight about himself. And then finally I was like, okay, that's it. He's like, wait, I didn't get to ask about her. And I'm like, 5 minutes is a long fucking time to be talked at. On the other side of the coin, maybe you're like, what do you like to do for fun? Where do you like to do it? Who do you like to do it with? What was your favorite time? What made that time so beautiful? Wow, that sounds like such a beautiful time. You must really miss it. If you keep the focus on me, I'm gonna wanna fucking kill myself.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Because again, we are not feeling much back and forth, which is why I teach all my clients to condense it down to me, you, us, me, you, us. The more back and forth you and I can have is the more we're reacting to one another. And the more you and I react to one another, the more chemistry we're gonna feel. You get it? But again, it's not about like, I'm from Denver. Where are you from? Oh, you're from New Jersey? Cool. I like to play golf. What do you like to play? We're not talking about that. I'm talking about like, I am reacting to who you are as a unfiltered human being, and you are reacting to who I am as an unfiltered human being. But again, a lot of men, you don't create chemistry because you're not being who you truly are in those initial interactions on those first dates. During that first week, if you can even last that long. Nowadays, we women, we're on Instagram, and this is how fast I'm getting dopamine hits. Back in the day, back in the 90s, I don't know how old you are, but back in the 90s, I got maybe 2 dopamine hits a day. It's when the phone rang and when the mailman showed up. But nowadays, all of us women have dopamine like this. So if I'm not feeling anything from you with the first interaction, what's gonna make me want even more interactions with you? Exactly, that's why dating feels so frustrating nowadays, is because you're like, nobody writes back to me. Everybody wants just a pen pal. Everybody ghosts me. No, dude, it's because you're not creating this back and forth dynamic that's gonna keep me hooked and wanting more. So I teach every client how to do this using my Speak to Spark Arousal program. You can get my Speak to Spark Arousal program. It's the entire step step-by-step way to creating those connections, to creating that back and forth chemistry that we need in order to want and need more of you. So again, Speak to Spark Arousal at speaktosparkarousal.com. It is a training manual for all my private clients now that I'm no longer taking new clients, and you could figure it out yourself, self-assess after you go through it and be like, okay, that's why I'm not creating these connections. Okay, that's why it's feeling difficult to flirt and move things forward. You'll see it as soon as you start going through it, because it is the basic fundamental science and psychology of human connection and emotion. So again, check it out at speaktosparkarousal.com. Chemistry is just a set of us reacting to one another back and forth, and it feels good, like a great tennis match. Not that I've ever watched one, but thank you for watching as always, and I will see you next time.